If you've been thinking of selling your home and dreading all those costly repairs that need to be done before you sell, you may be wondering if it just makes sense to sell your home as is. Hi, I'm Vinicius Brasil with the Brasil Group and Keller Williams. If this is the first time on my channel, please make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified for any future videos. Whether to fix your home up before you sell is perhaps the most frequent question or concern I get from sellers, and the answer depends on several different variables. For those of you stuck in this predicament, this video is for you. Today I'm going over some questions that you need to be asking yourself to determine the best course of action for you if you should fix your home up or sell as is. It's a no-brainer that if you fix your home up to sell, you're likely to benefit from a higher price and a quicker sale. However, there are times when maybe updates or repairs may not be the best option for selling your home and bringing you the return you are expecting. Before you start making plans to renovate, here are some questions you need to ask yourself to understand whether selling as is or repairing is the way to go. What's the current market value for your home? Now, before you make any decisions, find out what your home should sell for in its current condition. Number 2, how's the current market in your neighborhood and general area? Are there a lot of homes for sale? And how do they compare to your home? Number 3, your home's condition. Is your home move-in ready? Or are buyers going to need to spend thousands on improvements before they move in? Again, how does your home's condition compare to those on the market? Number 4, are there any major issues or limitations in your home that would hamper the sale? Foundation problems, floor plan issues, maybe perhaps a bad location or noise issues that will affect buyers? Are there any unpermitted additions that make up a large part of the home? Understanding the answer to these questions will help you make the right decision on whether to fix your home up to sell or just sell as is. Now, let's take a look at the steps to determine if selling as is a good move. Step number 1, get a professional market analysis of your home. Just like we talked about before, you need to get an idea of your home's current value. You'll want to understand what homes like yours in your neighborhood or area are selling for and how your home compares. This will give you a low, middle, and high-end price range. If there's a big difference between those values, you may want to consider what it would take to get your home at the higher end of the market. The best way to get an accurate assessment of your home is to contact an agent that specializes in your area and get a market analysis of your home. Need to know what a market analysis is? Check out the article below on comparative market analyses. Now, relying on sites like Zillow or Redfin that offer automated estimates may be misleading. You may need a customized valuation of your home, and Redfin and Zillow just can't provide that. Step 2, understand your home's value. Now that you have some pricing information of your home, you need to understand your home's value. I'm not referring to price here, but what is it about your home that buyers are going to value? Is your home in a very desirable neighborhood? Are the schools sought after? Does it have a unique location or lot? Are there factors about your home that make it desirable and can't easily be found in other homes? If buyers are motivated to buy your home for reasons beyond just its condition, then spending a lot of money to fix it up may not be necessary. This is where understanding your market and how your home fits in is critical to making the right decision when it comes to deciding how much work you will be required to do to sell your home. Step 3, understand the current market. Like any good or service, the current condition of the market will determine the value and demand for your home. When selling in a strong seller's market, the odds are in your favor that your home will stand out due to low inventory and lack of housing options for buyers. In a typical seller's market, buyers are anxious to buy a home, and that means buyers are less picky and sellers don't have to do too much to make their home stand out. Conversely, in a weak or slow market where inventory of homes for sale is high, getting your home to stand out and getting the attention from buyers is more of a challenge. If your home happens to be one of those once-in-a-lifetime homes that are in the best neighborhoods, have a unique location or lot, then it may not matter too much what the state of the market is and what you do to the home, because there will always be a buyer out there that values it and wants to buy it. That's why understanding the current market and how your home relates is critical to determining the right selling strategy. Step 4, understand what improvements you need to make to net the highest return. Now that we have a better idea of how your home stacks up to the current market, we can start to identify what could be done to make your home stand out and get a great price. As I mentioned before, if your home is already a standout home due to its location or other factors, then you're almost guaranteed to get a great price for your home in any market. Ultimately, your home's condition may not be its biggest factor when selling, and improving it to sell may not make a difference. However, most homes are average at best and don't offer anything substantially better than the typical home on the market. In a slower or even market, an average home is not much likely met with much enthusiasm when it hits the market and will have a hard time selling. In this situation, a seller is usually better off improving the home in order to make it stand out and improve its chances of selling faster and higher. The important thing to understand is that your home is competing with other homes for buyers' attention, and therefore it's important to understand what buyers are ideally looking for and what competition is offering. I can't get into specifics about what should be done, but this is where your realtor will be able to advise you on what needs to be done to make your home appeal to buyers. Step 5, cost and time of construction. Now, once we have an idea of where your home is lacking, we can factor in the costs and time to do the repairs. Home construction is expensive and can be a time-consuming process. There's always some risk associated with home improvements. The more involved the project, the higher the risk. The additional costs or delays can be incurred. The risk can be anything from problems that can arise from construction to the market shifting during the construction time frame. Therefore, when assessing whether or not to make improvements to your home prior to selling, you need to assess the risk. Just remember, the longer the project, the higher the risk. If the improvements are too costly and too time-consuming, you may feel that the risks outweigh any potential gain that can be realized. Smaller projects with lower costs may not bring the highest selling price, but they may net you just as much and not expose you to too much risk. Understand your costs, your risks, and your net proceeds. Now, once you have the costs, it's important to compare those costs with the home value figures you received from your realtor. This will help you in determining your return on investment. If the return on investment is substantial, then it may make sense to go forward with the improvements. If not, it may not be worth the risk and out-of-pocket costs. Another thing that needs to be factored at this point are your selling costs. As the home sale price goes up, so do your selling costs, such as commissions. However, there are other costs that can impact your return much more than sales commissions, and those are capital gains. Capital gains are worth mentioning here because they increase dramatically as you realize a higher gain. At some point, you may reach the top capital gains rate where every dollar you realize will only return about 53 cents. If you've made a large gain on the sale of your property, chances are you'll need to pay capital gains. The highest combined state and federal capital gains rate for someone living in California is around 47%. Being at the highest capital gains rate may put a damper on your desire to spend money on your improvements when you're only making roughly 50 cents for each dollar of your return. For more information on how to determine your capital gains rate, check out our posts on how to calculate capital gains when selling. Step 7, timing and season of the market. Timing is everything, and it's the biggest factor on home values when selling a home. Unfortunately, timing the market on the sale of your home is difficult and not something that you can count on. Although there is no exact way to time the market, as a seller, you should be aware of the different seasonal shifts that can affect the local real estate market. These shifts generally happen in late spring and early summer, or late fall and early winter. As a seller who's faced with the option of fixing or repairing their home prior to selling, you should consider when your home will actually be listed and what that market may look like. As we discussed, home improvements take time, and depending on those improvements, we could be talking weeks or months before they're completed. If you are on the fence of what course of action you want to take, think about what time of year your home will hit the market when the home will be ready. As a general rule, the local real estate market can slow down in the summer when home inventory is at its highest levels and tighten up again in the early winter as less and less homes come on the market due to the holidays. As a seller, you'll want to try to avoid the summer months and shoot for winter or early spring. For more information about timing your sale, read our post, The Best Time to Sell a Home in Santa Clara. Timing isn't a sure thing, and all markets don't follow this pattern, but since we don't have a crystal ball, it would be wise to do what you can to minimize risk. The last thing you want is to go through the trouble of spending a good amount of money with the expectation of selling your home for more money just to have the market shift and sell at a price you could have sold without all that trouble. Now, what if your home has a major issue like a foundation problem, floor plan, or a location issue? What should you do? Homes with these sorts of issues can be a challenge to sell regardless of condition. The thing to be aware of is if there is a structural issue like a foundation problem or a floor plan issue, that sometimes these issues will take precedence over the condition of the home. So you may want to address those issues prior to worrying about the cosmetic details like paint and flooring. Location issues are impossible to fix. Sellers should understand that whatever improvements they make on a home with location issues, the return on investment will not be as substantial. Homes with location issues may only appeal to a smaller segment of the buyers who are looking, and therefore you won't get the full effect of those improvements. Unpermitted additions also have an adverse effect on home values, as they will limit the appraised values, and most buyers will feel uneasy about paying top dollar for a home that may come with unforeseen problems. Before you invest money in improving homes with unpermitted additions, should consider what can be done to get those additions permitted. Selling as is. At the end of all this, if you determine that the best course of action is to sell your home in its current as-is condition without making any repairs or updates, there's still some steps I would take to ensure that you get good results. I recommend that you should still have a seller's inspection done, have professional photos taken, and do your best to declutter, clean, and if possible have the home staged and show the best it can. Attracting as many buyers or the right buyers who value what your home has to offer is the most important factor in getting a great price. Now, what repairs should you make to the home before selling? Again, I don't want to get into specifics here. A lot of that will depend on your home and the market, but here's a simple list of what you can expect. Pay attention to floorings and walls. Upgrading flooring and paint massively changes the look and feel of a home. Make sure to repair any holes or cracks in the walls and ceilings. Dirty and outdated fixtures and wall plugs and sockets should be replaced. Make sure you replace any broken appliances or HVAC systems. Fix all leaky plumbing if possible. Getting electrical or unpermitted add-ons to code if possible. Make sure to fix any safety issues that come up on the report, and repair any broken windows or glass. Now, your home may require more than what was mentioned on this basic list. For more tips on how to get your home ready for sale, check out my post, Fixing Your Home to Sell for Top Dollar. Choosing to repair your home or sell as is not always cut and dry, and therefore your best or easiest move is to consult with a local real estate professional who understands your market. A real estate agent will help you limit your risk by helping you navigate these critical steps in determining the right course of action. A real estate professional in your area should know the current market conditions and what aspects of your specific home will add value without having to overspend and overimprove with little return. Your agent can also advise you on risk and timing. You don't want to get stuck in the middle of a remodel when the market shifts. Lastly, a good real estate agent should have a team of professionals that do quality work, are cost effective, reliable, and ready to start. Having these resources handy before you dive in will not only save you time but money, but will likely avoid any disasters. Now, if you feel your home could benefit from some renovation before you sell, and you're unsure how to start, please reach out to me. I'm always happy to meet with you at your home for a free consultation. Also, don't worry if you don't have the money or resources to get it done. We have programs where we can defer all the costs until the close of escrow. Thanks again for watching. I hope you found this video informative, and please subscribe to our channel for more great videos on Santa Clara real estate. Until next time, this is Vinicius, Brazil, your Santa Clara and Silicon Valley real estate specialist.